These days, my love, I find myself pondering how you're faring amidst the ebb and flow of life's currents. I must apologize for the recent intensity that has marked my demeanor. It's been a challenge to navigate these overwhelming emotions swirling within. You see, it's not that I intentionally choose to be intense, but rather, it's the complexity of these emotions that seems to engulf me. It's as if I'm traversing uncharted territories of my own heart, trying to decipher the cryptic language of my feelings. Whenever I start feeling as though our connection has reached its limit, I'm surprised by the depth of my emotions. It's like discovering hidden depths in a familiar landscape, a reminder that there's always more to explore and unravel. Yet, amidst this exploration, I find myself grappling with the uncertainty of returning to my former self. It's a journey of self-discovery, a path illuminated by the flickering light of introspection. The truth is, I haven't quite reclaimed the essence of who I once was, and I'm uncertain if I ever will. It's as if I've embarked on a journey of self-transformation, shedding old layers to make room for the new. This metamorphosis is both exhilarating and daunting, as I navigate the unfamiliar terrain of my evolving self. Lately, I've been plagued by unsettling dreams that linger in the recesses of my mind long after I've awoken. These dreams, with their surreal landscapes and cryptic symbolism, seem to mirror the turbulence within my own psyche. They leave me restless, tossing and turning in the darkness of night, yearning for the solace of sleep that seems to elude me. It's perplexing because I'm not particularly sad, angry, or restless during the waking hours. Instead, there's a quiet unease that settles within me, a subtle disquiet that tugs at the corners of my consciousness. It's a feeling that defies easy categorization, like trying to capture the essence of a fleeting moment in time. I can't quite grasp why I'm feeling so intensely now, as if something has shifted beneath the surface of my consciousness. There's a sense of anticipation, of waiting for the other shoe to drop, without fully understanding what it is I'm waiting for. Something has changed behind the scenes, though I can't quite pinpoint what exactly. These emotions hit me like a whirlwind, leaving me off balance and disoriented in their wake. Yet, amidst the chaos, there's a sense of wonder and curiosity, a recognition that this turbulence is part of the human experience. Still, I don't view this as a complaint. If anything, it's a testament to the depth of our connection and the power of love to transform us in ways we never imagined. It's a reminder that growth often comes from discomfort, from pushing beyond our comfort zones and embracing the unknown. I simply need to learn how to manage these heightened feelings, to find balance amidst the chaos and uncertainty. Today, I find myself introspective, seeking to understand the root cause of this change that has swept over me like a tidal wave. I don't like to jump to conclusions. I prefer thorough analysis, a deep dive into the labyrinth of my own thoughts and emotions. It's a quality of mind that I value, a willingness to explore the depths of my own psyche in search of understanding. Nevertheless, I'm not overly concerned. With time, I trust I'll gain clarity and insight into the mysteries that have enveloped me. For now, I'll relax and enjoy the present moment, trusting that the answers will reveal themselves in due time. There was a time when every fiber of my being seemed intertwined with yours, when the mere thought of you consumed me day and night. I lived in a world where my happiness hinged on your presence, where every dream, every wish, every aspiration I harbored was painted with the colors of your essence. With each breath, I whispered prayers for our eventual union, yearning for a connection that seemed destined yet elusive. Your texts and calls were my lifelines, the only threads tethering me to a reality where I believed our love could conquer all. In those moments, I was convinced that my heart, my mind, my very soul belonged solely to you. I couldn't fathom the idea of accepting anyone else into the sacred space you occupied within me. Your attention was my sustenance, and I craved it with an insatiable hunger, willing to sacrifice anything for just a moment of your affection. But love, as I came to learn, is a force beyond our control, a wild river that cannot be tamed or directed. And despite my fervent prayers and desperate pleas, I couldn't force your heart to love me in the way I so deeply desired. It was a bitter pill to swallow, realizing that while you valued and respected my feelings, you couldn't offer me the love I knew I deserved. The day I learned of your marriage to someone else, it felt as though the ground had been ripped out from beneath me. Suddenly, the future I had imagined, the life I had hoped to share with you, crumbled into a million shattered pieces. I was adrift in a sea of confusion and heartache, unable to comprehend how the universe could be so cruel as to tear us apart. Tears became my constant companions, flowing freely with every breath I took as I struggled to come to terms with the reality of our situation. I knew deep down that you had every right to pursue your own happiness, but that knowledge did little to ease the pain that gnawed at my insides, leaving me feeling hollow and broken. In those dark days, I found solace in the only thing that seemed to offer any semblance of comfort, the hope that you would find the happiness you sought with your partner. It was a bitter pill to swallow, but I forced myself to accept that our paths were no longer meant to converge, that our love story had reached its inevitable conclusion. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, life began to regain its color once more. I threw myself into my work, seeking refuge in the familiar rhythms of routine and responsibility. I stopped listening to love songs and avoided romantic movies, the bittersweet melodies and tender scenes serving only as painful reminders of what could have been. Yet, even as I tried to move on, to let go of the past and embrace the uncertainty of the future, your memory remained a constant presence in my mind. Every waking moment was haunted by thoughts of you, by the ghost of the love we once shared. And though I knew I had to let you go, to release myself from the chains of longing and regret that bound me to you, I couldn't bring myself to open my heart to another. It wasn't until I met someone new, someone who saw past the walls I had built around my heart, that I began to truly heal. They showed me kindness and compassion, offering me a love that was patient and unconditional. And though I resisted at first, clinging stubbornly to the remnants of a love that had long since died, they never gave up on me. With time, their love began to chip away at the walls I had erected around my heart, until finally, I found myself opening up to the possibility of happiness once more. Today, I am grateful for the journey that led me to this newfound joy, for the lessons I learned along the way. And though a part of me will always carry a torch for you, I have come to realize that true happiness lies not in clinging to the past, but in embracing the beauty of the present moment.